Okay, before I get into this episode of Goblin Slayer, I want to talk a little something about the beginning, the very first part of the episode, where someone's narrating how their world was created. So apparently, the gods of that universe would like to play with dice, and every time they would roll, something new would happen, and this is how they would continue the worlds that they will create, so on and so forth, according to some legends. As we all know, there's always been multiple lores of how universes and worlds have been created and the gods that did it themselves. So this is another speculation to the opening of Goblin Slayer. We're constantly seeing dice being rolled. You could say it's a board game that the gods are playing and they're wanting to see what happens with these mixed blends of characters. So in a way, that's a very cruel and messed up way to think about it, but nonetheless, that's the world they probably live in. Now without further ado, let's get on with this review of Goblin Slayer, episode 4. Now, the question in the title of this episode is strong. And to me, the way I watch this episode, it tells you what it means to be strong. As what I learned from Hunter x Hunter, Hunter x Hunter I mean, from the great Chimera King, there's different kinds of strength, as well there's different kinds of weaknesses as well. To be strong doesn't only mean to be in one aspect in life or situation, nor even a topic. It can be mean in different ways. One person can be a genius in one area, another can be in another. For instance, the elf girl, the ranger, she's probably one of the oldest in the party members, but yet she acts as the most inexperienced, but yet as well the most immature. As I said last review, that elves take a long time to age. They mature slowly because of their long lifespan, and which is understandable. So because of that, despite being over 2,000 years old, she did not even match a spark compared to the Goblin Slayer when it came to experience of hunting down goblins. After being with him, she understands a much wider perspective of what it means to really hunt down goblins. And even at the end of the episode, she said herself that this wasn't an adventure, this was something else. An extermination, and that's what it was. To some people, an adventure is excitement, new discoveries, an experience, exhilarating moment in life. But however, it is not always like that. In fact, things can go wrong. Even when you're just trying to do a vacation, things can go wrong. And adventures aren't always about going on fun things, such as Lord of the Rings. That is considered to be an adventure, but at the same time, looking at those characters, none of them were having fun doing what they're doing. Their lives were constantly being on the run, and things were constantly screwing up around them 24/7 until the very freaking end. Things are just so many variables in life that can cause a plan to completely crumble, and that's why you have to improvise. But I'm getting off topic here. Adventures in her eyes was just one kind of thing, which in a way was ignorant, but it's okay to be ignorant as long as you learn to understand that there's more meanings to a word than that you think. So as the reason I'm talking more about the elf, because it seemed like this episode, in my opinion, was mostly targeted at the elf and Goblin Slayer. How she started to see the Goblin Slayer in a different kind of way. She still says she doesn't like him, but I think she can respect him and what he does. Say how the other party members, such as the dwarf, which is the spellcaster, and there's also the lizard man, who is, I can't remember what he does, but we've seen their abilities. For instance, the dwarf, he's able to shoot stones, I guess. He's the spellcaster. It takes a while for him to do his spells. You don't just automatically do it. It takes time to recharge. And we also seen with the lizard man, besides him being great with a sword, he also can create these things where they can do at least probably one command per summon. And it takes at least 3 of those tubes to do them based off his ancestors, his lizardman lineage, which is pretty interesting. So imagine you have an injured party member, instead of carrying them throughout the cave or having to postpone the adventure, you can just summon those things just to take them away to a furthest resting place so they can heal up while you continue your adventure. That's someone I wouldn't mind having on my party if I were to do an MMO, or even if I ever do a real life fantasy adventure. Would be interesting. Very interesting. And of course, with the Miss Priestess, the girl who has been there the longest with Goblin Slayer, she had learned to get used to who he is. If you don't spend a lot of time around Goblin Slayer, you're going to see him as a madman, a loon, someone who's just doing things out of spite. someone who just does things just for the sake of doing them. For instance, when they found the elf within the dungeon all tied up, and she was saying kill, everyone's thinking, oh man, he's gonna go in for the kill. He's gonna kill the elf to put her out of misery. But no, he's not like that. And if you don't hang around him, of course you're not going to understand that. He knew there was a goblin there, so therefore he killed it. It was a trap. So I guess people had this notion that he just killed people that demand to be killed. And again, the elf girl never did demand to be killed. Everyone just thought that because they just thought that's the kind of person he is, which he isn't. People need to understand. It seems like the only person to understand who he truly is the farm girl. Well, then of course, she's been around him the longest, so there's that as well. So we also get to see an ogre, a freaking ogre. Yes, them things are big and they can talk. They can cast spells and they're intelligent, and they have great healing factors. Apparently, this ogre was one of the ones who was working with the demon lord straight up. But however, the way things were, it seemed like he was much of a big role when it came to the demon lord, because he was part of the demon lord's army in a big standing way. He would do more than just hiding in some abandoned tower and just sit there. Because when you really think about it, the goblins weren't doing anything in the tower. They're just in that place just sleeping and on patrol and probably go out on raids. Learning that goblins really don't do anything. When you think about it, it's just the raids that's really a pesky thing to get trying to go through in life, which really does suck. But the ogre, it's a tough creature to fight. Like, you really do need a very high skilled magic or a very sharp blade, and you must constantly cut that thing rapidly fast to the point where his healing factor cannot keep up. Exactly what the Goblin Slayer did. Very smart. And the thing he did was coincidence, but then again, that's what it means to be prepared. In a way, I see Goblin Slayer more of like Batman. A lot of people will see Goblin Slayer like Guts from Berserk, which is understandable, and you can. But I see him more like a Batman. He's cold, he's quiet, he's misunderstood, but yet he's always prepared, even for a coincidental incidents like this one. He had that water pressure scroll he was going to use to take out a nest, but instead, just coincidentally, he could use it to take out this ogre, which is very convenient. But yet again, that's what happens when you have to be prepared all the time. People call this plot holes, but yet again, imagine you're in the military and you have to be prepared for almost any situation that happens to you in real life. Then, can you call that a plot hole? No, you can't. That's just called being prepared. And of course, the ogre got angry and said, yo, you're going to use that spell just to take down some mere goblins? Then I said once again, the little things matter more than the big things in this world, More people are affected by the little things because those are the things that are constantly affecting people immediately right there and now. And that's the importance of taking out the goblins where everyone else ignores it, seeing it as a tiny problem because to them, goblins are weak compared to dragons and other kind of mystical beasts that are out there in that world. Well, again, it sucks like that. So, Goblin Slayer, this episode was very interesting. It shows some development. I'm getting respect from the Goblin Slayer. You have a better development of characteristics with the elf. And of course, you like to see how the priestess is now pretty much getting used to hanging around Goblin Slayer. She understands what he's doing and what he stands for, therefore she can respect him and still stay by his side, which is pretty nice. It's nice to have backup here and there, There'll still be a time where the Goblin Slayer probably would one day be in a situation where he is going to need backup. So it's always good to have a good party that is very professional, experienced, and will have your back. So yeah, Goblin Slayer, episode 4. It was a very good episode. It was entertaining. I enjoyed the rock music during the fight scenes. I love the strategies they're using to kill the goblins. It was not just a go in, guns blazing kind of thing. It was a very strategic kind of plan when it came to putting them to sleep and killing them in their sleep. And made sure keeping that goblin count so you know how many goblins are in the place and all. So yeah, Goblin Slayer, excellent video today. I really enjoyed it. I hope you guys did too. If you did enjoy this video, please rate, comment, subscribe, and of course, hit the bell icon so you get notified every time I upload. This has been Madcrownxox, signing out. Have a good one.